Hello everyone, welcome in part 2 from this course. If you are here for the first time, please see part 1 and I hope you already done the midterm exam in the previous video. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to work with a text in Linux from a different way. So actually here we are going to redirect and pipe standard input and output into a file. I will show you how do you do this. If you don't know what does it mean standard input and standard output, then this is the video that you are looking for. Okay, so when I type, for example, ls and I have here then the outputs, and this is called the standard output. All right, so when I type, for example, lsm, and this is not a directory or there is not a file, then this is called the standard error. So this one, the normal one, is called standard output, and this usually redirected into channel 1 in Linux. Okay, the second one is called standard error, when you have an error output here like this, and this is called stderr, and this is standard error, and it's usually redirected into channel 2. All right, so we are going to work with this in this video, and then we move forward to use another very important command in Linux, which I like very much, and it's very popular and it's very useful, which is called the grep, where you can search through this command into the Linux files, and then you will reach what you want to reach into it. All right, grep is the amazing tool in Linux. You will use it a lot if you will work with Linux in the future. All right, so let's get started, and now let's see the output here. So let's example say that I would like to echo hello or hi. Then the output is here. So since this is a normal output, then this is a standard output. So the output that I can see, this is not a standard error. All right, so then let's redirect this echo hi, but in this case now I don't want to print it or send the output into the screen. Otherwise I want to redirect it into a file called myfile.txt. All right, so now in this case a new file is created called myfile, and the content of this file is now what I have sent it into it. So let's do ls again here, and I see ls minus later, and this is the file just generated, my file here. Probably this is not good. Let's do this here, and let's make it like this, and this is my file, and let's cut my file, and this is the content of my file. Okay, no, this is the file already created before, so this is the file I just generated. All right, so let's do my file.txt, because this is not the file that I have been created. I have created file called .txt. Be careful with this, and this is what I have just created. However, you already can see it from here, and then you go home, and then here, and this is the file that I just created, which is called myfile.txt. You see the time now here. All right. Okay, so I redirected the output of the screen into a file called myfile.txt. Okay, now what next? Let's try to append into the file. So I already wrote into the file hi, and I would like to append into a file. So not if I do this again, hi to, or hi, let's do it like this, hi Linux, and I do it again into this, then this file will be overwritten. So if I do it again, you see it here now, the file, the content of the file now is deleted, and the new content of the file is now in the file. All right, what about if I would like to append into the file? So in this case, I have to use 2 times this greater sign, and here I put 2. So this is now will be appended into the file. As you can see now, I have first line and then appended into the second line, the second content of the file. All right, so I think now you are asking yourself why I need to redirect the file into the output into a file. Why I just let it on the screen? In most of the cases, when you do logging or you try to see the output of the output of the Linux, then now just I'm practicing a simple the commands. But in real world, sometimes you have a lot of output, very huge output, and you don't have the time to see it in real time because it's very fast, and you need to see the output so you can know what's happening. So in this case, the best practice is to redirect the output. Do not see it on the screen, but redirect the output of the command you are executing into a file, and then you can analyze the file later, however you want, in a way you want, anytime you want. So if you imagine that you have like a program running and you have a lot of output, and then you need to do debugging later, or you need to know what's happening, then you redirect the output into a file, and then you analyze the file later at any time you need. All right, this is what I'm working to now, is called standard output. Let's move forward, and this is what I was talking about. Let's learn a new command which is called find. Find is a command that lets you search about a specific file that you know the name of the file, but you don't know exactly where it is. So in this case, you need to use a command find. This is the name of the command, and then you give the location that you would like to start searching from. For example, from here, I'm going to search from my home directory, and let's say Dolphy. This is my account here, and then the name of the file that you would like to search for. For example, let's say here my file .txt. And as you can see here, there are a lot of my files.txt, but the one is going to be here in this current directory. So now under the home directory, there is my file.txt. However, let's follow the example here. So now find, and this is tilde. This means that your home directory, and here is the name. Sorry, let's do it again. Find, and then I give the location, and then you need to give the name of the file, and here I name. So the name of the file is going to be my file, and it means that is case insensitive. So if you write it in, like, you don't remember exactly it's capital letter or small letter, then in this case you will find the file more fastly. So the most important, you also have to imagine, or you remember, that you use the I name in it. I is for insensitive. If you just write it without I, and then it's also fine, but let's say that now you wrote it like this with M capital letter. Now you will not find it, but if you put I, then you will find it because it's case insensitive in this case. Okay, let's try to do this and then copy paste it here. And now we are going to search to find the file under the home directory. And here the name of the file is going to be anything contains bash. So we don't care about what is in the beginning of the file, at the end of the file, anything has a bash. And here you can see this is a file, this is another file, third file, and this is a fourth file with the same name. All right, so let's search for a host. Now I have find under the root, there is a folder called etc, which we know what is about. This is important file, folder or directory, and here is the name of the file or the directory, and it's called host. When I click, now when I give enter, I have now a combination between standard output and the standard error. The first one, second one, third one are standard error. As you can see, there are errors because they are not a normal output, and this one is a standard output. All right, so what I am going to do now, I don't want to see standard error. I want to see only a standard output. Okay, so in this case, I can use another way of redirect the output into the standard error output into another file, like you can see it here. So find host, and in this case, the channel 2, which is for standard error, should be redirected into error.txt. Okay, and now I see only the normal output, standard output, but all the errors went into a file called error.txt. Let's see. cat error.txt, and here are the standard errors. All right, what about if I would like to redirect the file also, the output of the file into a standard output? So I'm going to do this following. I'm going to redirect the output into standard.txt, where this is the standard output, which is about 1. And the errors will be redirected with 2 into standard error. Okay, so let's do ls minus ltr. And here I have the last 2 files I just generated. The first one is for the standard output, and the second one is for standard error. So I have 2 files. If I would like to see the std file text, then I have to see this is the standard output. What about if I would like to redirect both of them, the standard error and the standard output, into the same file? Then in this case, I only have to do this. Well, I say standard or f.txt, and then I put the 2, this one with the same one with 1. So in this file is going to contain the standard error and the standard output. Standard error is for 2, standard output is for 1, and this is the output here. And now I have a file called f.txt, and this is the content of the file. For example, later I can check, okay, this output for this, then I can see that there are 3 permission denied and 1 normal output. All right, here, as you can see, I'm not going to show this because it's an easy idea and the concept is easy, and I don't think you are going to use it in your life, but it's nice to know that you have also standard in. So you have standard output, also you have standard error, also you have standard in, where you enter something from the keyboard into the screen. All right, so here this is the output, this is a command in Linux that you translate everything small letter into capital letters. So when you write, this is interesting, and then how do you do this? And then the output is going to be like this. So this one is going to be, this is small letter changed into capital letters, and this is also in small letters changed into capital letters. Also, you can redirect into from the file the same. So you have something in the file, and then you will change everything into a capital letters. However, this is not an important topic. However, you need to know about it. So you can do also in and standard input. All right. The next topic is about redirect the output from one command into another command, and this is used through a vertical bar. So the output of this command is normally very long, so -l etc, and you can see there are a lot. So how can you change or search it? To use like in Linux is much easier if you redirect the output of this. So the output of this command is going to be redirected into another command. So it's going to be an argument into another command. And here we can use more. And you know the command more, which is you can use to navigate, to browse. And here you can use space to see more. You can also use search. It's the same that you learned when you use the man page, if you remember. Man, for example, let's see ls, and here you can use space and then q for quit. So here is the same. The idea is the vertical bar. All right, so let's see another command which is called cut, which is used for filtering the text into a file. And here -d and then -f1, and then for etc password. Or first of all, let's see what is this ptc, or under etc there is a file called password, which is about which contains all the users in the system. Okay, so here we have a very huge long file. So this is field 1, and this is the separator, field 2, field 3, field number 4, 5, and so on. So this is the separator, or the what is called delimiter. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this file is now very unclear, and I would like to extract only the username, the first field. Okay, so to do this, I have a command called cut, and here is for representing the d. So let's assume that we don't know what is this d, so man cut, and then I search for minus d, and then you see here minus d is the limiter, which is use delim instead of the tab for field delimiter. Okay, so q, they close it, and then let's try to write the command minus d, and then minus f to be the first field. I would like to have the username, so this is field number 1, and here etc, and here password. Okay, I have extracted all the usernames now, but as you can see, it's not sorted. So let's do it here, and now the output of this command will be sort. Now alphabetically sorted. Okay, the output of this command should be also be an input to a command called more. And here I can use the more command into it. So here you can see what I was talking about. So this is the power of a vertical bar. All right. We also can use a command like cut to see the content of the file, or also more to see the content of the file, or also you have another one which is called tail, or less to see the content of the file. More or less are almost the same, but more is more common. And also we have head, which displays the first 10 lines from each file, and we have also tail, which shows by default the last 10 lines from each file. Also you have also of course commands options. So here with -2 you are telling that you would like to see only the first 2 lines from the file. Also with you can use it with a vertical bar, so ls etc, and the content of this will be tail5. Let's also this one. Let's do this one. I think this is going to be interesting. So the output of this one of lc etc, and then I need only the last few lines. So I just, like I said, I need only the last 5 lines. Okay, they are here. These are the 5. These not, so these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so let's move forward, and here we have head with n-20, also to display the -20 from the end, because there is minus. And here we have now the very important command, which is called grep. All right, a grep is the command used to search the directories about the name of the file or as a word inside the file, which is very amazing. In most of the cases that you need to know about something, then you need to search about where. So you wrote your name or a specific sentence into a file, and you don't remember where is this file. So in this case, you can use the command called grep, and then you give the name of the command of the file that you would like to see, the name of the keyword that you would like to search for. For example, I can say Dolphy, and here I give the name of the file. It is under etc password. And as you can see, okay, then here inside this file there is a word called Dolphy, and this is the where it is exactly. All right, then also what you can use, let's move to etc directory, and now let's search for root. We don't need to specify now etc because we are already there in a file called password, and here we are in the root. This is the name of the file. Also you can specify that only starting with at the beginning of the file. So let's see this. let's go and do cut or more password. Okay, and you can see here are a lot. Okay, so more, and here we have, let's search for about this. So let's do grep and asq and password. Okay, as you can see here, there are three, many of them. However, you can specify that you already started with the end, with the beginning. Oh, so let's do this. And there is no one starts with SQ. Let's start with root. And here we have one starting only with roots. So when we don't put this, also we can see here, but I am searching for the username with root. Also, when you can use the synchronize like this, and then you can see it here. And if you would like to search for only at the end of this, then you can put the $sign and it's going to be at the end. Here also you can use anything with Y. I want only to jump forward and show you this. So when you use this, that you think, okay, you are searching all together for a password with operator. Let's search here and let's make it here Dolphy. And also SSH, let's put it, for example, with SASQ. And you think now you search for this or this or this in the file called password, but this is not going to work because you need to specify an extension grep. And extension grep is another new version of grep which allows you to do the following, that you can search more than one at one line. So you can see you got these three from these lines. All right, so this grep command is very important and is very used. You can also write it like grep minus with the option -e like this, or you just write it a grep and that's it. So here, for example, also we can let's take this from here and put it here. And here we tell Linux that use extension grep and find anything in the password file starting with no and b or n. So it's going to be nope or none. Okay, so let's see here. We have nope, we have none, we have none, we have nope, we have none. So this is an option also in Linux. That's all for this session. Please try to be very good in grep in this command. This is important. And in standard output, std output, how to redirect the output into a file, and how to redirect the standard error into a file, and both of them into the same file. This is all for this chapter. Please do the chapter exam, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.